Hey 7th graders, it's Mr. Schultz here with you for a video lesson for today. I should be back to tomorrow, so check this out here. Here's our plan for today is we're going to be kind of looking at shapes and deciding are they the same shape. And here is your review and preview for tonight. Should be something that looks just like this. So 6, 7, 8, and 10, you're looking at doing all of those problems. So let's get started and keep on moving. So our lesson today is going to be 4-1-1. So get out your paper and your pencil. You'll need both pieces. This is not a video that you're passively watching, but something that you are actually engaged with and doing. This is not watching a video. This is taking notes. So have that out. Also, there should be a resource sheet with this that should be some dot paper. So that can be a great place to record your thinking. So let's take a look here. Okay, our first problem is 4-1. It says Karen is learning how to use the copy machine at her school's main office and decides to scale the figure shown below, so this guy right here, by 300%. She wonders what will happen to the figure. So let's take a look at what the next lineup of questions is here. Okay, so for part A, it says copy the original figure on your dot paper. So I've done that right over here. Here's the original. And then it says label each of the length of the sides. So that's what this looks like. So I did mine based off of color. I had to double up on a couple, but they're pretty obvious to see. So it says, then scale the figure by 300%. So that is make another copy of the figure and multiply each of the side lengths by 3. Label the lengths of each new side. What do you notice about the two figures? So pause the video here, and I want you to try to draw this shape, but sized up times by 3 on each side. So pausing the video right now, and then we'll come back in. Alright, so hopefully your figure looks something like this. I've taken each of the side lengths and I have tripled them. So 1, 2, 3 on top because there's just 1 here. So that's 3 times larger, and so on and so forth. When you got a length here of the blue side, which is 2 originally, it turns out to be 6 long. So we notice that it's just multiplying by 3. Now it says refer to the darkened side of the original one, which was this side right here that I've got in black. It says then darken the corresponding matching side on the copy. Okay, so that is that guy there. And it says, what is the length of this side of the original figure? Well, the original is 2. It goes over 2. And then it says, what is the length of the copy? It is 6. So then it says, write and simplify this ratio to look like this. Copy divided by original. Well, my copy is this side, so that is going to be 6. My original is the original, so that is 2. And then it says to simplify this, so 6 divided by 2, that's just the number 3. Okay, now it says choose another pair of corresponding, so this side corresponds because it's the same in the two figures. It says write and simplify the ratio of these sides. So let's choose the pink side. So the pink side, the original is 1, and over here it is 3. So I'm going to write that. I'm going to have my copy, which was 3 divided by 1. Well, 3 divided by 1 is just 3. Interesting. Okay, let's take a look at this as we keep going down on these problems because it goes beyond C here. Okay, so now in part D, it just says predict the simplified ratio you would get. So the simplified ratio is just saying this is a ratio, which is a fraction. So predict the simplified fraction you'd get for another pair of corresponding sides. So both these end up being 3. So to me, it makes sense to say that this would also be 3 and then test it. So we're going to test it looking back at our shape here. So I've just dropped what that looks like here, and I'm going to choose this red side. So on the copy, it is 3 long, and on the original, it is 1. So we can test that by just saying, what is 3 over 1? Well, that is 3. If we want to check it on the purple side, it'd be the same thing. It'd be 3 over 1. Copy divided by the original. It's a side length of 3. It's a copy of 1. It's a side length of 3. It's a copy of 1. So we just see that. So we just see that happening there, kind of over and over again. And now it's saying compare all the simplified. And the real question here is this: how do all the answers relate to the scale factor of 300%? Well, 300%. How does that relate to 3? Well, if it's 300%, that's the same idea as saying, hey, I can move the decimal and call it 3.00. 300, that's just the same thing as 3. These are all kind of the same thing. It's kind of our multiple representation. So that is question 4-1. Let's keep on cruising here to 4-2. Now in this one it says that Karen wants to try scaling the figure below by 50%. What do you think will happen in the figure? So I want you to first think about this and make a prediction. So pause the video here and make a prediction what you think is going to happen. Our previous one was by 300%. So, and it was that times 3. So what do you think 50% will be? All right, whatever you decided for your prediction, let's see how it goes. So it says sketch the figure shown at the right and make a copy of the figure scaled down by 50% on your dot paper. What is the same about the copy in the original? Okay, so if it's scaled by 50%, I have to go and basically take it in half, because 50% of 2 times by 50% would be 1. So this side length here, so anytime that I've got a side length of 2, it's now going to be 1. So just like in the blue, that's a side length of 2, so it's now going to be 1. In the purple is a side length of 2, it's going to be 1, and so on and so forth. Here we go. All right, and then just when we get to these longer black sides here, you end up with 4, so it's got to be half of that, which would be 2, 4, which would be 2, and then of course the pink side is kind of that connecting. But even that, you can still kind of see this of how there is this one gap between the dot and then the second gap, and now there's no dot in between there. So it's kind of that 2-in-1 thing was just talking about it in a diagonal. So it says what's the same, what is different. It's basically just about half the size. So if your prediction was that it's going to get smaller, that is perfect. It should be getting smaller. Let's see what our next part is in part B. Part B, it says, how is your copy different than the copy you made in problem 4-1? Well, we said that it's smaller. So instead of getting bigger, it's actually getting smaller. And now we're going to do a similar thing for part C. Locate at least 3 pairs of corresponding sides. So remember, again, if I color code these, that's meaning that corresponding, I should be able to find that exact same side on the new created shape. So looking at my shape here, this pink top side should correspond with, again, that pink top side. This purple up and down should correspond with this purple up and down. And then write them, and then write the ratio. So copy is 1. The original was 2. The copy of that red side was 1. The original was 2. The copy of that pink side was 1. The original was 2. If I even go for the longer sides there, my original was, my copy of this side here is going to be 2, and this is going to be 4. So 2/4. So they're all creating that 1/2 thing there. So how does 1/2 relate to 50%? Remember that 50%, well, that's just the decimal, so I'm going to move that 2 times. So that decimal would be 0.5. Which 0.5, same thing as 1/2. So again, they're all kind of the same relation that we've been seeing between all these things is still happening. So it's a lot like our portions webs where we were comparing all those different things. Okay, let's go on to 4-3. Now 4-3, I'm going to let you guys run with this on your own. I'm not really going to guide you through this, but so here is your original figure. It says use a dot paper to sketch that, and it says with your team choose a scale factor that'll make the figure larger. So now you're going to create your own scale factor. So you need to get larger, and then you'll sketch that new thing. So you might choose something that's easy. Don't choose 300%. We've already done that. So don't choose 300, but you can choose any other number that's going to make it larger. And then your second piece here is with your team, you're going to choose a scale factor that'll make it smaller. Same type of thing here. Don't use that 50% one because we've already done that one. Choose something else and create your figures. And then go from there. And that should be everything that I've got for you for today. So let's see what our review and preview is. All right, so just a final reminder here. Your review and preview should be 6, 7, 8, and 10, doing all of them. So in other words, you can skip question 4-9, but everything else you'll want to do all of them. And that should be everything for today. I'll be back tomorrow. We can go over tests and look at all that type of stuff and go from there. So I'm looking super forward to seeing you guys. Have a great day.